Picture your average caveman ancestor. His name is Grog. Grog is cold, dirty, and possesses the cognitive capacity of a wet potato. It is a Tuesday, approximately 40,000 years ago, and Grog has one job: keep the campfire burning so a saber-toothed cat does not eat his family. He grabs a handful of nearby dried brush and tosses it onto the flames. But this is not normal wood. It is a wild, leafy herb packed with active chemical compounds. Within seconds, a thick cloud of white smoke fills the cave. Grog breathes it in. Now, under normal circumstances, inhaling smoke makes you cough and question your life choices. But this time, something else happens. Grog stops shivering. He stares intensely at his own hand for 3 solid minutes. The cave walls, previously just damp stone, suddenly look incredibly interesting. Grog giggles. His companion, who was busy chewing on a mammoth bone, looks over in absolute confusion. Grog points at the fire, points at his eyes, and attempts to explain that the universe is made of tiny, vibrating shapes. He has just accidentally stumbled upon the world of psychoactive plant consumption. It was not a grand spiritual quest or a calculated scientific experiment. It was a lazy afternoon chores mishap that set the stage for thousands of years of human history. For better or worse, we have been chasing that accidental campfire smoke ever since. So why did Grog's brain react so intensely to a random burning weed? To understand that, we have to look inside our heads, where a complex network of cells is constantly gossiping. The human brain is packed with receptors designed to receive specific chemical signals. Normally, these receptors process internal neurotransmitters that regulate mood, pain, and sleep. But by bizarre twist of evolutionary history, many plants produce molecules that look almost identical to our own brain chemicals. Plants did not do this to be friendly. They evolved these toxic compounds as chemical defense systems to stop insects and herbivores from eating them. It was supposed to be a deterrent, a warning sign to stay away. But when humans inhale the smoke of these burning plants, those defense chemicals bypass our digestive system and enter the bloodstream in seconds. They rush straight to the brain, hijack our receptors, and trick the nervous system into releasing a wave of feel-good chemicals. It is a classic evolutionary backfire. The plant spent millions of years perfecting a defensive poison, only for a hairless ape to set it on fire because it makes cave walls look funny. We are essentially walking around with locks in our brains, and nature is full of keys. Studying this ancient habit is incredibly difficult because of a massive bias in archaeology. If an early human carved a spear point out of obsidian, that stone will survive for tens of thousands of years, waiting patiently for a researcher in dusty shorts to dig it up. But if that same human rolled up some dry leaves to smoke, the evidence literally turned to ash and drifted away. Organic materials rot, burn, and dissolve, leaving behind almost nothing for us to find. For a long time, historians assumed smoking was a relatively recent trend in human development. That assumption changed with a major discovery in the Utah desert. Archaeologists excavating an ancient hearth found charred tobacco seeds dating back 12,000 years. This was long before anyone was farming, building cities, or arguing about taxes. It means nomadic hunter-gatherers were already gathered around the fire, tossing tobacco plants into the flames for a collective buzz. They were not just surviving the tail end of the Ice Age. They were actively finding ways to take the edge off. This discovery completely rewrote the timeline of human drug use, proving that our love affair with plant smoke is far older than our relationship with agriculture, organized religion, or even pants. Once humans learned to write down their history, they immediately began documenting their favorite ways to inhale smoldering weeds. Take the Scythians, a group of terrifying nomadic warriors from the Eurasian steppe. The ancient Greek historian Herodotus wrote that they would build small felt tents, toss hemp seeds onto red-hot stones inside, and happily inhale the rising fumes. He noted that they would howl with joy in their makeshift saunas, creating the earliest recorded hot box in human history. Farther south, the ancient Egyptians took a more medicinal approach. They burned specialized incense and herbs, inhaling the smoke to cure respiratory ailments and ward off malevolent spirits. But the true masters of smoke ritual were the indigenous peoples of the Americas. For shamans, tobacco was not a casual habit. It was a sacred bridge to the spirit world. Inhaling the smoke allowed them to communicate with ancestors and gods. The pipe was a legal contract, a peace treaty, and a religious altar all in one. To them, the plant was a powerful entity that demanded respect, a sacred tool for bonding tribes and sealing alliances. If you think seeking out mind-altering substances is a uniquely human obsession, you're giving our species far too much credit. Biologists have proposed the existence of what they call the fourth drive, a basic evolutionary urge to alter one's consciousness that sits right alongside hunger, thirst, and sex. The animal kingdom is absolutely full of creatures looking to escape reality. Reindeer in Siberia actively hunt for hallucinogenic mushrooms, happily tripping out and running in circles in the snow. Wallabies in Australia break into commercial opium poppy fields, eating the crops and hopping around until they literally pass out in the dirt. Even dolphins have been caught passing toxic pufferfish to one another, sharing the chemical buzz like teenagers at a house party. So when early humans gathered around the campfire smoke, they were just following a deep biological script. But for us, sharing a smoke also served as a powerful tool for social survival. Inhaling active substances together requires a high level of vulnerability. Sharing a pipe or a burning bundle of herbs was the ultimate prehistoric trust exercise, showing your neighbors that you wanted to bond rather than throw a spear. But this intimate, sacred bond did not stay local for long. Once global trade networks kicked in, the ancient ritual of inhaling plant smoke was swiftly industrialized. Fast forward a few centuries, and the spiritual shamans of the past were replaced by corporate executives in wood-panel boardrooms. Instead of guiding souls through mystical realms, these new high priests of smoke were busy calculating profit margins and adding chemical additives to make their products as addictive as humanly possible. Turns out, chanting to the spirits of the forest is far less lucrative than marketing slick white sticks to millions of daily consumers. We traded the pursuit of spiritual enlightenment for the pursuit of quarterly dividends. Today, we are still inhaling all kinds of vapors, whether it is high-tech electronic gadgets that taste like artificial fruit or the age-old classics. We have spent thousands of years burning plants just to feel something, proving that while our technology changes, our basic desire to escape reality remains exactly the same. If you want to keep exploring the weird and smoky history of human behavior, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let us know in the comments what historical mystery we should burn through next.